Howdy folks, Max Mogren here, oilfreefun.com, Jackson Hole Skywatch. This video is from a trip up the Grand Teton on August 17th, 2013, a Monday. Notice that high cirrusy haze. I'm going to pan over towards neighbors say, notice that linear formation just right. As the sun came up and I got my first good clear glimpse of the sky, that haze and that linear formation started catching my eye. All that low haze that's orange on top and gray on the bottom is smoke from fires that were raging in Idaho. Here we're going to catch just another quick glimpse of that linear formation, and we're off. This video, now we're at the lower saddle. If you look, I'm going to zoom in. That appears to be a normal lenticular cloud formed when high winds are going across a peak. But the rest of that haze is not. Now that little dot there in the left of the frame, I'm going to try to zoom in on that. That is not a lenticular cloud. I actually saw a plane go by and leave a little spurt of lingering trail there. And so that is not a lenticular cloud. Again, notice all that high cirrus haze. NASA tells us these high cirrus hazes have a greenhouse warming impact. There you can see the fires in Idaho, and they're a real obvious linear formation in that haze. Okay. Moving along, this is just a few minutes later now, and you can see a real obvious notch there with a spreading trail to the left of it as well. And we'll follow that up. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. It was one of those trips up the mountains where you didn't sleep much the night before. Now there you can see that really obvious line petering out, little linear formations across the sky. And again, NASA says warming impact. But that little notch, notice the spreading kind of wispy formations coming off of that trail, and we're moving on. Okay, here comes our smoking gun in the sky. This is another one. This is just a few minutes later as we're heading up. Notice the abrupt start to that trail. Okay, the plane's still in the sky. The trail comes in and out, and there's the plane leaving it. Okay, he was not leaving any trail, and now he's leaving a massive trail. Look at how that trail comes in and out and has varying intensities. There's a real obvious trail that was just a few minutes earlier, and it's all up in that high, hazy cirrus layer that NASA tells us has a greenhouse warming impact. Now we're at the summit. Notice this real interesting wave cloud pattern. You can do this to the atmosphere with electromagnetic fields, basically microwaving the water in the sky. High cirrus haze in all directions. And to the right of my buddy there was a little notch trail. So just interesting. Just my observations of one day in the mountains, sharing them with you in hopes of raising awareness and cluing people into the greatest crime against the planet and humanity in human history. People manipulating our weather on a planetary scale, manipulating the climate, doing it without oversight, without, for reasons that they're not disclosing. And frankly, it doesn't seem like it's being done to benefit anybody except for the people doing it. Last week's unprecedented flooding in Colorado provides a good example of this. The technology exists to predict storms like those that battered Colorado, and the technology exists to mitigate storms like that. Additionally, the technology exists to induce storms like those that we saw in Colorado. Now, the 10th and 11th were the heaviest geoengineering days I've seen over Jackson Hole. So, clearly the technology is being used. The question is why? Take care. One love. Peace.